Hello and welcome. This is Sports Tonight. We are reaching you live from Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okunakwan. Thanks for joining in. I'm standing in for Twin Ibitoye. Don't worry, he'll be back. Today on the program, Oscar Pistorius will spend 5 years in prison, but there's a condition to that. It might change, or it will spend the entire 5 years. We'll talk about that on the show today. The Super Falcons, they're getting ready. Remember, when they left the country, they said they are going to reclaim the title that they lost 2 years ago. They will play the semi-final game against South Africa tomorrow. We'll also talk about that on the program, and then we'll take a look at all that is going down in the Nigeria Premier League, in the National League, and of course, you know, the UEFA Champions League is taking place as we speak. We've been seeing goals. We'll also talk about that one on the program. I'm not alone in the studio. I've got my guys together. We shall be talking sports tonight. Tune Koiki is here, and Yemi Adebayo. Guys, good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Action-packed world of sports, and then for Oscar Pistorius, we're not talking about the action. Seems.
We're seeing the action behind prison.
Yeah, but a lot of people are talking about these verdicts, and from the judge, Judge Masipa, very famous now because of this verdict.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, a lot of people are calling Oscar Pistorius the African, what's his name again? What's his name? The African O.J. Simpson. Yeah. Okay. Well, the verdict was always going to be a problem. Some people expected a minimum of 10 years. They gave 5. The judges gave the ruling that she didn't want to be too lenient or to be too harsh. And also the fact that the prosecution failed to conclusively argue that it was premeditated murder. That is yes, they say it was premeditated murder, but they did not argue it conclusively and convincingly. That was why she gave him 5 years. And even the sentence is also causing plenty of ruckus. The defense are saying that he could possibly be out after 10 months to serve the remainder of his term in house arrest. The National Prosecuting Authority are also saying that he must serve a minimum of 20 months. That is 1/3 of the sentence behind bars before he can even be considered for parole. And in prison time, not that I've done prison before, but in prison times, 9 months is the equivalent of 1 year. Yeah. Not the full 12 calendar months. So there will always be for and against. Some are saying that maybe the prosecuting authority will possibly appeal the decision that they wanted a stronger punishment. They wanted, it to go down the way. It's just a huge mess. And this is the one who's at the center of everything. This is the man who's at the center of everything. He's currently being housed in the hospital wing of the hospital, not in the gen pop. That is the general population where you have the typical murderers and killers and everyone. So I think that's what the defense wanted. They did not want him to be in a place where he'd be at a disadvantage. And I think that they can honestly feel they've been pleased that it was a job well done.
Yeah, let me get you talking. A lot of people have said that the judge showed pity. Remember, Oscar Pistorius is a special athlete. Yeah. This is a special verdict.
So, no, I don't think it's special in any way. I think everything got bungled in the first place. Since the prosecution didn't get premeditated murder, it was always going to get down to this. Yeah. And I think all the attention, like Tuli is saying, all the attention that this has brought up, no matter what the judge did, it wasn't going to be acceptable by some. And the defense, even though they can't smile publicly, but I think somewhere in their hearts, they tried. Even though they might not put up the smile in front of everybody, this guy, some will argue that is getting this, maybe because it's Oscar Pistorius, is well known. Maybe if it was somebody that was, not...
Interesting angle that Yemi raised. Someone said that, look, if he was black, he would have gotten a stiffer sentence. If the judge was white...
let's get you involved. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Yes, you can be part of the program. Questions, comments, or suggestions. Talk to us on Twitter, or Channels_sports, and on Facebook, with Channels-sports. Let's get you involved. And we're getting loads of comments as regards Oscar Pistorius and this verdict. We'll soon listen to those in South Africa. But let's take the comments from Nigeria. We'll listen to Yemi and Tunde. Adam. The comments varies. Enigma at Uchezi on Twitter says, manslaughter or murder, 5 years is too small for anyone who terminates someone else's life with the hashtag injustice. Okay, that's for you. Judge Masipa says the law of the land has prevailed. Oscar Pistorius has been sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. This one is asking, has justice been served? That's what we want to know, if justice has been served for Oscar Pistorius. Okay, let's quickly listen to what other people are saying as regards this verdict by Judge Masipa on Oscar Pistorius. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We'll be right back. Stay.
See if you check the case as a whole, most people were expecting at least 10 years to 15 years because the case, the murder that he has committed was too severe, and I think even the family members, they are not satisfied with the sentence when they look at it. They are not satisfied at all.
You can break him inside there. There's a lot of gangsters and stuff. So a day in prison or 6 months in prison can. It's another life that anybody doesn't know about when you're on the streets. It's a very crucial life inside there. And at the end of the day, he must still go on with his conscience.
We want Oscar to go to prison for 15 years. He killed somebody and what. That's our moral views. But looking at it in an eye of the law, I think it is fair.
So that's it. The ladies want Oscar Pistorius in jail for 15 years. Judge Masipa says 5 with a condition of even reducing to just 10 months. That's it. Tough times for Oscar Pistorius. No more action. He will be behind bars. Maybe when he comes back, the talent will still be intact.
No, you're actually been banned by the International Athletics Federation for up until 2019. When he comes out, if he comes out, because prison has a way of taking his soul. Breaking when you. But
if you look at Pistorius' early life, he's been through a lot, and
the man was fought. So
if you look at somebody that started using
prosthetic limbs at a very young age,
at the age of 2, played rugby, played all kinds of, and all his life he used it to show people when the odds were against him that I can do this. But it will not be. It's not going to be the same in the eyes of the public. But whether or not Oscar can come back and win again or do whatever he does, he can. But it's not going to be the same. Just like O.J. Simpson today mentioned, a lot of people, even though the courts didn't give a judgment against him, but a lot of people, he was guilty in their eyes. And I think that's what's happening to Oscar.
The argument is a lot of people are saying that, look, if it's a premeditated murder, you took a gun, you fired 4 shots through a door. How could you not say you did not know you were going to hit and possibly kill someone? How was that not premeditated?
As I said.
But the truth and the fact is, the prosecution failed to prove this beyond reasonable doubt, and that is why Oscar.
But in the court of public opinion,
he's guilty.
He's guilty.
And also, Oscar also got a 3-year sentence for discharging a firearm in a public place. He's also going to serve that concurrently. He's also supposed to surrender all his guns and firearms licenses.
So that's it. Update on Oscar Pistorius. He's going to jail for murdering, even though he says it's not premeditated. It's Rivers Teen Camp, and the judge says 5 years, and it can be reduced to just 10 months. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's leave Oscar Pistorius now, guys, and talk about African football. We're hearing news that CAF is still looking for where they will host the 2015. You guys are laughing. But a good thing out of this is that just yesterday, Nigeria was still celebrating that Nigeria is now an Ebola-free country. We defeated it clean. Yes, we lost some people, may their gentle soul rest in perfect peace, but no more Ebola in Nigeria. This brings me to you guys. Nigeria struggling in Group A, and then a lot of people are saying, since Morocco is saying, please, we don't want to be part of this. People can come into our country with Ebola, and the CAF are also saying, please, who can come in to remedy this? Maybe Nigeria can just say, we'll host, and then qualify to play.
Well, there's so many angles to that. And I said something here yesterday. A man who has just recovered from a blade cut does not put his hand in front of a chainsaw. I mean, we overcame Ebola, but that doesn't mean that we can overcome it once again. What the Moroccan authorities are arguing is very simple. They can control, taking care of 15 other national teams and their contingents is not the problem. It's the countless other visitors who will be coming from near and far and wide. Morocco is very close to Europe. It's in the Mediterranean. It's probably 2 hours from a lot of European capitals. There will also be European visitors as well, African visitors as well. It's a huge cauldron for God knows anything and everything. And that they don't want to have a global health crisis on their hands. It will be very difficult to manage. But when you look at the fact that, I mean, the Hajj just ended in Mecca just 2 months ago, over 2 million people were there. There was no case of Ebola. So I'm sure maybe the Moroccans are panicking a bit too much. But I don't know. But the thing about it is that Nigeria, I don't think we can host because there's no budget for it. And you know how long it takes to pass budgets in Nigeria. Yeah. It's just fanciful.
But also, let me take another thing from the rumor mill. To me, I think it's defeatist if the only way we think we can be at the Nations Cup.
You said defeatist, so realistic.
But
it's a way, anyway, at this moment,
let me pick another thing from the rumor mill. I'm also hearing that South Africa is interested. Some people are saying that. And for me, that is good. It means we don't have to play South Africa. If it happens, we might just have to go to Congo, beat Congo. Because if it takes South Africa, yes, even if we lose, I just
see is going to another option now.
All the same. It's
clutching at straws.
It's defeatist. I'm feeling that no matter what happens, we should be able to win those 2 games. But if it is true that the authorities in Nigeria are interested, I know they're not. I don't think we're ready. I don't think we're ready.
We're not ready, but Nigeria needs to qualify for the 2015 African Cup of Nations to defend the title that they won in South Africa last year. But it's really tough for the Super Eagles now, 3rd on the Group A table, and as it is, not looking so good. Coach Stephen Keshi is gone. Caretaker coach Amadou Shuaibu has told the country, please be modest with your expectations. We'll go on a quick break now. We'll come back. Our man Tuin Ibito is in Abuja. There was a meeting today. We'll find out all that was discussed. Stay with us. We'll be right back.